So, if you watch my videos, you're probably 12 years old and you love anime, especially Black Butler. This means at one point you were probably stuck with the decision to watch the anime dubbed or subbed. Now, we're all people and we all have opinions that we wish to express. But don't do it in my comments, I don't care. So I'm not here to tell you which one to watch, I'm gonna tell you when to watch which one and why. And if you don't care, then carry on watching because I need those views, please. Please stay. A while back on my Twitter page, I asked all my viewers how many animes they had watched and if they preferred subbed or dubbed anime. There was a clear pattern of those who had watched less anime who would pick dubbed over subbed, and those who watched more anime would watch subbed. Now, why is this? Well, there's more choice if you watch subbed. The majority of anime has never been dubbed and never will be dubbed. An anime that is airing and really popular isn't really available in any language other than Japanese. Except for broadcast dubs, which I really don't want to talk about because I hate them. They're like that cousin you don't know that just butts in and tries to be a cool person. Go away! Another possible reason I think for this trend might be the fact that people at first don't really want to read subtitles or hear Japanese, they kind of just want to see it like a cartoon. And then over time they kind of get used to it, then they're like, oh, this show looks great, I want to watch this. Oh, it's only available in subbed. Oh, I'll give it a go, how bad can subbed be? And then you kind of get into it, and more people who watch more anime then end up preferring subtitles. Now, you're probably thinking, hey, Sea-Dog, which one do you like, sub or dub? And after I tell you to shut up, I'll answer the question. Basically, it depends on the show and a lot of reasons, and those are the reasons I'm going to talk about. Now, I know a lot of people aren't going to change their minds whatsoever. I know a lot of people who would watch subs and would never even think about watching a dub, and vice versa, and that's fine. But this video is more for those people who are on the fence every time they go and watch a show and they're like, dub or sub? Now, in my opinion, you can always count on subtitled anime. It's just so good. They just know what to do. So that's why I'm going to be spending most of the time talking about dubbed, as it's kind of a wild card most of the time whether a dub's going to be good or bad. There are some amazing shows in Japanese, but when they get over the pond, they fucking suck! I'm looking at you, Higurashi. They called the show When They Cry, you fucking kidding me? What kind of relevance is that to the plot? Are you fucking kidding me? So, with my help, you should be able to spot a great dub easily. There are 3 things that decide whether a dub will be good. A triforce, if you will. The first is the setting of the anime, the show itself, if you will. The second is the studio that dubs the anime. And the third is the voice actors chosen for the English dub. Now I hear you asking, what, Sea-Dog, the setting? Don't be preposterous, that couldn't possibly affect the show's glory. If the anime is set in Japan, I want the characters to sound and be Japanese. If the anime is based in 1930s Chicago, I want them to goddamn sound like it. And let's be honest, most anime have some connection to Japan or Japanese characters or Japanese school or another fucking school. But that isn't the case with every single anime set in Japan or Japanese schools. We have some amazing dubs from settings like these. For example, Haruhi Suzumiya has an amazing English dub in my opinion. But what if the anime is not even set in Japan and has no Japanese characters to speak of? Well, then I'd say the dub has an advantage straight off the bat. It has the ability to make the character sound more realistic or bring the character to life a bit more. You know, unless you're dubbing Pinocchio, which is still fucked in Japanese. You're not a real boy, Pinocchio, let it go! It's small things like accents that really elevate a show to another level. This is why I think where the anime is set is a really big deal when it comes to picking whether a sub is better than a dub. Before I go on to talking about dubbing studios and the cast of the dubs, I really want to address the kind of issue the dubs have at the moment where they keep picking the same cast members for every anime. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the actors or the voices they give, I just think it's kind of annoying or kind of draining when you hear the same voice over and over again as the main character. I'm sorry, Bryce Papenbrook, I love you, man. Your acting is fantastic, but when you're every main character in every series I want to watch, it's kind of draining and hard to watch. It's really only Funimation that does this. They have a small pool of actors who they always use for every single anime. And I can guarantee you, if you watch 2 Funimation dubs, they will share at least some cast members. Like I said, the actors aren't bad, most of them are great actors. It's just kind of annoying when I hear 2 completely different characters sound exactly the same. Okay, let's break it down. There are 3 main English dubbing studios that you need to know about. They are Sentai Filmworks, Funimation, and Bang Zoom. We've already talked a little about Funimation just then. Funimation is probably the biggest dubbing studio at the moment. They do most of the anime dubs that you'll see nowadays. Most of their recent dubs aren't bad, but a lot of them just haven't really impressed me. But I would never count Funimation out because they have done some amazing dubs. And probably what I would consider one of the best dubs, if not the best dub, which is Baccano. Which, if you haven't watched, please go fucking watch Baccano right now, and don't you dare click sub. You better watch that fucker dub. It's fucking brilliant. Okay, so we've established that Funimation do pretty good dubs, and we can normally count on them for a solid dub. But what about Bang Zoom and Sentai Filmworks? Bang Zoom, like Funimation, recently have been doing great dubs. They also dubbed Haruhi Suzumiya and Urara, which are what I think are two great dubs. Now, finally, we have Sentai Filmworks, which back in the day was the main studio for dubbing anime in America. Now, I kinda think they suck. A lot of their recent dubs have been lackluster, poor script writing, or just kind of, you know, you see it and you're like, what is this, man? What is this shit? The last way to spot if a dub is going to be better than the sub is to look at the voice acting cast. Now, there's probably a bunch of you who don't know any names of any voice actors in anime, be it English or Japanese. And that's fine, that's most people, I would imagine. But I love voice acting and I love voice actors. So if I love someone's voice or I love their performance, I will look up who voices them and I'll see what else they've voiced. For example, I love Crispin Freeman. I think Crispin Freeman does great work in English dubbed anime. He's voiced Alucard in Hellsing Ultimate in Hellsing, as well as Kyon in Haruhi Suzumiya. Now, whether or not you enjoy Crispin Freeman's work or not, I'm sure there's a voice actor who you just love hearing their voice in things, and you think they always do a great job. You could say the same for Japanese. There might be a Japanese voice actor who you love, and if they're in the show, then by all means, go and watch it in Japanese. But there are some exceptional English voice actors that I think do extraordinary work no matter what anime they're in, even if the show is really bad. But Cedo, why are you telling me about voice actors? Because before I watch an anime, I always check the cast list. If I don't recognize anyone's name on there, that could mean one of two things: that either the anime has terrible acting, or it really surprises me and I get to see some new actors. Or if I recognize names on the list, I will know that they were bad in something or amazing in something. And if I see Crispin Freeman on there, then I will probably watch it in dub, because I love Crispin Freeman's sexy ass voice. So I would recommend to you, remember a dub that you fucking love. Remember a character that you think was fucking amazingly played. And then if you see that name on any other cast list, you can assume it's gonna be a pretty good performance. Okay, after swallowing all that information, let's do a little recap of what we discussed in this episode. We talked about the setting of the anime and how that decides whether a dub or a sub will have the advantage before actually even getting down to the voice acting. Secondly, we talked about the English studio that dubs the anime and how that can affect whether the dub will be great or terrible. And lastly, we talked about the actors involved in the dub and how they can affect it. Okay, let's do two quick tests. Okay, so if the anime is set in Japan and it's dubbed by Sentai Filmworks and there's no one on the cast list I recognize, I would probably recommend to go and watch it subbed. If the anime is set in, say, 1920s America, dubbed by Funimation, and involves actors I'm familiar with who I know do good work, I would say go and watch it dubbed. Definitely. But hey, this is just my advice. You don't have to